You joined me at Llyn Y Gors, and well, it was last year, and I got down yesterday, a few laps of the lake, got some stuff ready for today, rigs tied up, all that, and this morning done my laps, and I found some fish, loads of fish in this swim called the Door on the top, so I made so yeah, I quickly ran back, got the photo stuff, and got them frothing very, very quickly, and me being me, my rod wouldn't set up, and so I was setting my rod up. Now I set my rod up, and then all the ducks come in. They've absolutely ruined it. I've tried feeding them off. I've given them about 3/4 of a bucket, and they're still going for it. So I've just left the swim for 5 minutes. I've picked up. I'm absolutely terrible with one of these because I've never used it before, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. A throwing stick, because they're just nowhere near as tuned in to the sound of one of these as they are with a catapult. So yeah, and all the duck problems have started to go now, but unfortunately, from all that duck promotion, the fish got pushed off a bit. There's still a few fish about, but it's not as much as there was. So yeah, I'm going to try and find where the main bulk of fish will be got in the net, and we'll go from there anyway. Actually, I'll just see that there's a couple coming in. Looking up for it, let's get some photos out.
Sometimes I like to stay silent. At the heat of the moment, I'll stand still.
So lad, got a lovely dark common for the first cut from Llyn Y Gors. It's probably about £11, something like that. Nothing big, but proper jet black little thing. Look at that, proper beauty. So I like going to this place. I'm not going to catch a PB here, but the lake is stunning. As you can see, covered in pads, lilies. No, yeah, lilies, weed beds, islands. Those are little bays, and you've got this main central bit of water I'm floater fishing. And then the fish are unreal, and proper nice dark little fish. There's some, this one looks like an original to me, but then you've got them proper nice little scaly dark stockies in there as well. But anyway, let's waffle in. It's a hot day today, so I'm going to get them back. Try and get another So then, number 2, I had the camera stand packed away on this one, so I couldn't film any of the fighters. One of them I was watching fish on the other side of the swim, and then next thing you know I just hit the spool going. But yeah, I decided to stay, get some more floaters, because why not? Look at that, you see scales from Wales and all that. Only a little one, but again, this is why I come here. Little scaly beauties like that, mine. Check them out. Show you the other side quickly, it'd be rude not to. There we go, 2 fish in the fence. What a beauty. Get a couple more shots and we'll get back. So then, just set up for the night. The swim known as the Doors, just got the rods out. Found a couple of lovely little hard spots for both rods, so a couple of wafters on each of them with a couple of baits over the top. Haven't gone too mad, about 15 baits over each rod, just enough for a bite. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for it. I'm fishing the swim opposite where I was floater fishing, because I've gone on a bit of a hunch at the minute. Most of the fish seem to be in this main area of the lake, and there's a few over in the Old Bay and Nightmare swim sort of area. Nightmare was the swim I started off in and last time I was down there. But first thing this morning, they was all in this swim, and talking to all the other anglers, most of the shows they heard last night were in this swim and the one along, Ghosty Corner I think they call it. And yesterday when I walked round about 4 or 5 o'clock, the fish were in the exact same areas I'm seeing them today. So it's making me think they're sort of spreading out, getting around the pond a little bit today. But in the night it seems like, and early morning, they're coming down here. So I'm going on a bit of a hunch, you could say. You know, taking a little bit of a gamble, not setting up where the main bulk of the fish are. But there's still a couple in this swim. I've still seen a few. A group of fish went straight over the left-hand rod. When not long after putting it out, and I did notice one bow wave off it, so I had any liners anyway to show that I've been done, but don't know what is spooked off there. But yeah, like both the rods are out where I was seeing the fish patrolling this morning. I've spent time watching the water, watching where they're patrolling, and put the rods in those sort of areas. Because yeah, then it just gives me a better chance of knowing my baits are on their routes. So yeah, but I'm feeling pretty confident for tonight. Or early morning at least. Anyway, most confident for early morning, you could say. But again, I haven't really seen many shows in my actual swim at the minute, all open water. But I'm hoping it pays off. If it hadn't happened by about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow, I'll probably move to either the point or well, I was floater fishing earlier today. But we'll see what happens anyway. I'm feeling confident, and yeah, so see what happens for tonight. And I'll keep you all updated. Good morning, and unfortunately for me it hasn't been the best first morning on the lake, as probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning I was brushing my teeth, and as I was, the left-hander went into life and got me in some pads, got it out, and then as soon as I got out the hook pulled, and I'm pretty gutted because the rigs I've been using the past almost about a year, like the last video you would have seen the rigs I've used, I made a few little tweaks pretty much, and since that session, and I done here last year, and yeah, it's very rare I lose a fish on these rigs, and so I'm pretty gutted about that. I'm not really too sure why I lost the fish, but it's just one of them, so yeah, I'm a bit gutted about it. But the main bulk of the fish, there haven't been many shoes on me. There's been a lot of shoes down my right in Ghosty Corner, and I've seen a lot in the point, but the fish are just moving over me now. That it's getting on for 9 o'clock, that sun's starting to come out. I still feel like there's a chance of another bite on the bottom, so I'm gonna keep at it for a little bit, leave the rods out for a bit, stay put. I don't have to bet in a move. I'm not sure whether to move or not, to be honest. Part of me is debating whether to move over to the point or the swim I was floater fishing in yesterday. Part of me is thinking stay put. Then my brother's coming down today. He couldn't come down the other day because he had a gig last night, him and his band, but I was thinking maybe you could get my brother in Ghosty Corner, because there's quite a few fish in there throughout the nights, in the mornings. Like I just said, a lot of the fish have been showing back there this morning, but it's what I do. So I think I'll probably reel in an hour, go to the lodge, freshen up, have a shower, all that, and then it's got to be another hot one today, so it's going to be a case of floater fishing again, nick a few bites doing that again, I reckon. But I'd much rather catch them off the top than being sat behind rods. So yeah, anyway, that's waffling, and I'll keep you lot updated. But fingers crossed for today. I think there'll be a couple more float opportunities. So then, I packed the camera away annoyingly because I was about to move, and then a few started coming up, having it again after hours. They've just been like on and off with it, like 1 minute they're troughing, next minute they're just not having it, and then yeah, a few started taking close in. I adjusted my rig a bit as well because I've been done quite a few times. I went to scale down to a size 10 hook and got the bait literally, so it's like right next to the hook, like there's no hair, there is a hair obviously, but I mean as tight as you can get it to the hook, so no fish is just doing me, because I've been done a couple of times, and it has paid off. This little mirror beat me right up. One of the funnest little fights I've ever had with a carp. Literally I hooked it pretty close in, it's taken me all the way down the channel on my right, back through on the light gear. What really was pretty airy. I was running down the channel as far as I could till I got to a tree, and then it was just taking line off the clutch uncontrollably. It was just going for it, but proper cool little fish, nice little plump thing. But again, it's time we get him back, because again it's a hot day and don't want to have them out of the water too long in this heat. So I'm going to go back to the lodge, have a bit of lunch, and then reassess. I'm thinking I might move the kit round to either here or the point for the night, I'm just not sure about here because obviously I've been putting floaters in all day. But yeah, let's get this fish back.
With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. With a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night. We done the falsified, we done 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 falsified.
So then, no more fish off the top. After having that one, I quickly went back to the lodge, got some food down there, and then I also I ended up packing up the stuff, moving over to this swim, the point. It controls a lot more water. I've seen a lot more fish around here, and yeah, so it looks a lot better for it really. So yeah, I'll set the cat up around here. Went back to the, I forgot what the swim's called now, the fronts, to try and nick another off the top, but I just couldn't really get anything going. It pushed out a little bit, but I found a couple of spots I'm happy with in here. So I got a hinge on one over a bit of pretty thick silt, and then the other, so on a little hard spot I found where the fish have been patrolling over. I've watched the fish patrolling over both the spots, so I feel in good chance. And just before getting the rods out, I've seen a lot of fizzing in the area. I've got them out of the bushwhacker, so nice and stealthy, nice little handful of bait, bit of crumb, bit of hemp, bit of maggot, and a few old boilies, just because there's a few silvers in there. But yeah, so it's looking really good for tonight. I'm very confident. Rigs have been out, like I said, gone out nice and quietly. Rob's joined me now. He got down about 3 o'clock just as I was setting up in here, and he's gone on my right in a swim. I think it's called the Well, as we've seen quite a few fish in there, and it's looking pretty good for him. He's just getting a couple of solid bags out now with the bushwhacker. In a couple of areas he's seen some fish, so it's looking really good this evening. I'll be surprised if we get nighttime bites. I think if it didn't happen tonight, it'll be first thing in the morning. But we might have a big pressure drop tomorrow. I think we're gonna have thunderstorms a lot. Loads of you in England, southwest, probably had it on the weekend, but over in Anglesey, North Wales, we haven't had that yet. So yeah, that's dropping, that's coming in.
Well, I arrived down the lake yesterday about 4 o'clock. Managed to nab myself my first carp after a move of the session. Just on the back end of a thunderstorm now, so weather's getting better as well. But yeah, happy days. Let's hope we get some more, eh?
distance, run across the sea. Would you be down with me? Would you be down with me? If I could stop rain from falling down upon your dreams, would you be down with me? Would you be down with me? If I could jump.
Talk us through it, Robson.
Right, here's my second fish of this session, a 16-pound common. Same rod again, on the hin. Right, here we go again. So here's my second fish of a session, a 16-pound common. Absolute stunning this one, nice and dark colours. It's what we love to see, eh?
You in? Yeah. Yeah, man. Ooh, got over the right hander. Right, so I've literally had coots pestering me all day, running underneath my rods, taking the bobbins out my line, and my rod started going and I just thought it was the coots again, and then I thought I better run over and investigate, and yeah, the rod was ripping off. It's taken me in some pads, but constant pressure, walking back, very angry. I managed to get him out, and I've got that most stunning mirror. This is why I come to Llyn Y Gors. I'm not going to get a personal best here, as I've said, but look at the fish. It's stunning, isn't it? Proper happy with this one. I was well due a bite, and then watching Rob had two absolutely stunning fish put the pressure on me a bit. It'd be rude not to show you the other side of the net. But yeah, so to get one now, it's just relaxed me a bit, but so I'm not as good as all on that side, but look at that. It's very lively. We're going to get a few quick snaps and then get him back. So then, just had a lovely takeaway, and well, the left hand rod has gone off with this lovely little common. Got me in a few pads, but again managed to get out no problem. Absolutely nailed. Yeah, lovely little fish, nice way to go into the evening. Probably just under double figures, but anyway, we go get this fish slipped back. So since those fish you've seen me had, it's gotten really frustrating for me. Last night, just as it got just after dark, I had a bite on the left-hander. Hook just pulled the fish in there. They've got very soft mouths because they're very young, stocky sort of fish, and they're feeding it. Like most of the bottom's soft, so they're going to be feeding on the soft bottom. So down to that, their mouths are soft, and because of that, you're going to get a few other pulls, and yeah, that's what happened to me last night. The hook just slipped out, and then shortly after, the other rod was away. It was literally so dark I couldn't even get that rod back out, but from where it's in a tiny little hole in the pad. So I did try in the end, and woke up in the morning and still went there. But yeah, and yeah, so I hooked this fish, and it's just holding bottom, plodding, just big everywhere. I could tell it was a good fish, and that took me in some pads, and just as it was coming out, the hook slipped out again, so I'm pretty gutted. And then to make things even worse, about an hour ago, I've had a bite and I've lost it again, and it's really frustrated me, but all I can do is hope for another chance. I've got a few hours of fishing time left until I'm reeling in to go for a meal out with the family, and then we'll be back down the lake for about 7:30 hopefully. So yeah, we'll have the rods out tonight, of course. But yeah, anyway, it's just so I can nick one more out before I've got to reel in for the meal.
So here we are, this is my fifth fish of the session, I think. Yeah, came on a bottom bait on the left hand rod. Happy days.
Makes up after that one you lost just earlier, innit?
Yeah man, lost one on the washing. Oh well, it is what it is.
Good way to start the night, lovely. So then I woke up at about 1:30, it's been pretty windy, and I've just been hearing the fish show all over me, and I'm just sort of waiting to get a bite, and the left hand rod's gone off with this proper cool little scaly one. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's the same fish I had off the top the other day. I'll have a little check on the photos, but yeah, either way though, lovely little fish. I'll show you the other side quickly because it's definitely pretty enough to show you the other side. But yeah, and then after that we'll let it slip back, but yeah. Check that out for carp. Lovely fish. So it's the last day, full day. So we've got one more night, and yeah, I'm not chancing it, as you can tell. If this doesn't stop me losing fish, nothing will. stupidly short at links now, as short as I can get away with on the heli. But let's get this outlet. There we go. So as you've seen in the last video, the spot I did land that one last night, I don't want to lose any more because we're getting to the end of the session, and I finally had a thought, and I've literally made my rigs as short as I can get away with on a heli. They're about 3.5 inches long. Didn't even manage to get the second rod out, and then the first one was away with this one. Cool little fella. So absolutely nailed. Like, these fish probably don't know how to deal with it. Like 3.5 inches bang straight to a 3-out sled. So well happy with this. Anyway, we're going to get a couple of quick stills and then get back. So Llyn, it's been pretty quiet since that one you seen me have this morning. I've been a bit confused because he's looked pretty good for it, and then I was about to get the camera stand out to try and film a bite because I've seen one of the pads by my left hand rod knock in, and there's been a few fizzes coming up, and then literally as I'm about to grab the camera, the right hand rod just tears off with this proper lovely little carp. Unfortunately Rob was at the lodge, so you couldn't get any footage of me bringing it in, and it pulled a proper nice little battle. But what an absolute stunner this is. So yeah, I'm well happy with this one. We'll get a couple of stills and get him slipped back.
Keep you company, but what do I know? You take no bullet from me, but I know that I still care. You take no bullet from me. What do I know? I keep you company.
There's Roland.
So here we are, it's my 6th fish of the trip. This is a lovely mirror. It's the last day today, so hopefully something else happens before we have to go.
There we go. What a way to spend the last day. Number 12 and a cracking little filly at that. It don't have to be big to be beautiful. What an absolute beauty there. So I'm well happy with this. Gave you a nice little run around, jumping out the water a lot, and as soon as I seen it was a filly, I did crap my pants a little bit, but well happy to have this. Let's get slipped back.
So here we are, this one's my 3rd fish of the day. Had a smaller common earlier, but we didn't film it because it was absolutely hammering it.
Rob, can you stop moving the fish out of shot, please? Trying to move the camera stand up.
So here we are, here's my 3rd fish of the day. Luke's actually had this fish before last year, but you can tell because there's a bit of mouth damage on this side of the fish.
So then, I'm just starting to pack up at the end of what's been a pretty good session. It's been frustrating at times, but I've enjoyed, I want to say every minute of it, but I did enjoy using them fish. But I'm glad I managed to tweak things up a little bit and get some fish on the bank, managed to pull it off, have it off even in the last sort of 24, 48 sort of hours. But anyway, this will be me signing off, unless I end up having one more before I pack up, like something worth getting the camera out for anyway. But yeah, it's been a really good session, and I only wait till next time.